This story is about a little girl called, well, she's not little, she's about your age, maybe in class 8. Her name is Pallavi. What's her name? Pallavi. Now, Pallavi gets up one day in the morning. She had this feeling, something is going to go wrong today. Something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. She didn't know what, but she had a premonition. Premonition means a feeling that something is going to happen bad. So she gets up, she has a bath, she has a breakfast. She got to school. The universe gave her no sign of what is going to come and hit her in the face, and it was Kiran's hand, which went like this. Kiran was a girl. She was the karate champion of the school. Her nose had no chance. It broke instantly, it started bleeding. Now, Pallavi was talking to Akshay, who's the cute boy of the class. 1 minute, Pallavi is talking to Akshay, saying the right thing, standing the right way. The next minute, her nose is bleeding. Pallavi takes out her handkerchief, puts it on her nose. Akshay says, "Shall I look at your nose?" And she's like, "Oh." Pallavi's nose is already bleeding. My name is Amrit. I graduated from IIT in 2008 and I joined Hindustan Lever. As time flew, I sort of picked up a lot of management gyan, and I came to believe that I can run a business on my own and I should probably run a business on my own. So I quit. I started a library business. But even after a lot of hard work, the readership didn't really pick up. Now, I had invested a lot of money in buying books which were just sitting idle. So I thought of tying up with other libraries which already had a lot of members. School libraries looked like a good place to begin with. But as I started talking to schools, I realized that they were facing the same challenge: low readership. For example, one principal told me she already had enough books in a library, but very few children were reading anything beyond their textbooks. I thought I could solve this problem. At the time, I was training to be a storyteller. So I told the principal that if I could tell stories from a few storybooks, it might excite her children enough to borrow those books from a library. That's how I started telling stories. This approach worked. Almost within a year, 4 out of 5 children were visiting the library very frequently. So it worked really well. And slowly this sort of gave us the idea that, this itself could be a business where we go to schools and we get their children to come to their library. But I needed someone to help me develop this concept, and someone who was as passionate about reading as I was. That's when my batchmate from IIT, Naresh, joined me.
I am going to tell you a new story today. You have not heard this story. Definitely you have not heard this story. I will read the sentence. Okay, and you have to follow the sentence with a finger on the word. Don't sit on the book. Take the book in your hand. Okay. Sparky barks at a cow. A ball at a pig on the wall. What do you see on that page? I was a book lover from a very young age, and I did my engineering at IIT Madras. In IIT, I discovered that I was very passionate about theatre, so I went on to pursue professional theatre. The challenge for me was that my parents were completely opposed to my career choice. They wanted me to take up a real job and so on. Eventually, I also realized that while I was having a lot of fun, I was not making any money. I got a call from my batchmate one day. His name is Amrit. He suggested that we work together. We took up everything that we had done and gave it a more formal structure and framework. The Book Lovers program today works with 40 schools across Tamil Nadu and Kerala, and we primarily do 4 things in getting these schools to get their children to read. We equip their teachers through a teacher's workshop where we talk about stories and storytelling and how to use stories to get your children to read. The second thing that we do is we set up classroom libraries. Now, these books have been carefully chosen by us over the past 4 years after reading thousands of books and after classifying them according to age group, reading levels and themes. The third thing that we give to schools is a framework on how to utilize these storybooks or how to introduce these storybooks in the classroom. This framework is delivered in the form of lesson plans to the teachers and as activity books to the students. And the fourth thing that we do is we go to schools and we tell stories.
I read about Naresh in Indian Express and I tried my luck calling him and he responded. We started on a trial basis for classes 4 and 5 and then we extended the program till class 8. And I feel Naresh and company, they're doing a great job.
I was first about to listen to a story, Judge's Marvelous Medicine. As I listened, I was really attracted towards the story and I read the whole story. And this was given to my children, where all my 6 standard children were running behind one teacher because there were only 6 books or 3 books available.
The stories are not the regular stories, it's totally different. And they've been introduced to new language, new vocabulary.
We're able to know new words. We're able to read new books which are out of our imagination.
They do a lot of things for the kids and it involves a lot of activities and games which develops a lot of creative thinking and team spirit.
And the teachers who come for the program are really amazing. When they narrate the stories, it is really good, and in the process our teachers are also learning.
There's a lot of personal satisfaction in having shared the joy of reading with so many people. And we hope that we would be able to bring about a change in the schools, a change in the approach to education by getting the whole nation to read.